We back. Yeah, OBS did not like that I unplugged my monitor, but I didn't have a choice. Can you guys hear everything? Is everything okay? We all right? Seems good. All right. All right. Now we can continue with milk outside a bag, but before that, I need to check to see if this recording fucked up. All right. Well, we can go ahead and play the second game now. All right. Well, the good news is that there was no context to be missed because we literally just bought. We literally just bought milk. All right. Makes the game make more sense that way. We bought milk. We bought milk and we learned that her dad's dead. It helps the game make more sense than that it doesn't make sense. Fair enough. Mom told me to go to bed, so I need to perform all the needed preparations. So I washed my face, and now I'm standing in front of the mirror with my toothbrush in my mouth. I look at my reflection, and it shows absolutely no desire to sleep. Yet, yeah, I get how you feel. And there was a time when the last minutes before I sleep were my favorite time of the day. I love anticipating the inevitable moment when the reality of in the dream world would clash. I woke up for that moment's sake. Lived through the day for it. My biggest dream was to sleep all day long. It would have been so cool, but the dreams always slowly but surely slipped away. As if someone finished them out of my head, and one after another, until nothing was left, and now I have to sleep again, even though I don't feel any need for it. After finishing my face, I usually reach out for my pills. It's funny, but I have no idea how they work separately since I always swallow them as a bunch. Swallow them as a bunch without thinking. Jesus Christ. Now, if I want to have a better look at it, to twirl it between my fingers to chew on it, I'd do anything to stall for just a little bit more time. A smooth, protruded red capsule is looking at me. It's covered in a murky, semi-transparent film, but I still can't discern its contents. So, what do we have inside here? Gently press on the capsule from both sides, and to my surprise, it turns out to be a soft and squishy. I press harder, and the capsule pops. Sticky, bright red liquid pours out. Filthy, filthy. The pill flies straight to the waste bin, and I start rigorously washing my hands. There's no way I'm drinking that. The next was a flat pill of the same blood red color. There were some letters printed out on it. Oh, I get it. This is the medicine that makes me really sleepy, but it's not the type of sleep I want. That's not it at all. It's fake. No, no, no. I don't even want to look at it. The pill flies into the waste bin as well. The next half hour goes by in similar fashion. I study every pill from all sides, and then I find the reason not to swallow it. I invented my own medicine instead of enjoying swallowing them one after another, letting myself drown in the healing effects. Hey, my neck doesn't hurt anymore. Is that her face in the background? I kind of was just letting it slide, but that's totally our main character's face, isn't it? Hey, my hand doesn't hurt anymore. My head doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my heart doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my stomach doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my eyes don't hurt anymore. How come I didn't think of this earlier? This is so simple. I needed to brag about it to someone right away, but not to my mom. She'll just scold me. Is she sure I'm already sleeping anyway? I don't want to disturb her without a reason. I'll think of something myself. Besides, I just really want some small talk. I wonder who's going to be my conversation partner. Hey, hold up. What are we holding for? Hmm. Hey, Sashiburi Jane. Hasn't even been an hour. Um, we're only supposed to be once per day, right? Why does your voice sound so brown? Naturally, I've read the manual. Judging by the pictures, the overdose side effects are the usual headaches, dizziness, exhaustion. Basically, nothing I can't handle by myself. After all, now I know how to do it. You didn't reply. Aren't you even a little bit happy? Not even the slightest bit? I'm pretty exhausted after today. Well, I guess you are too. That's not true. You need to go to bed. No, you've been in control for way too long. Are we talking to alternate personalities? Are we the alternate personality? You've been in control for way too long already. It's my turn now, alright? I'll just stay silent until the medicine effects wear off. How about that? Hey, you can't do that. You need to do your best to make me feel better. It's exactly what I'm doing. What a bully. Actually, why am I even worried about this? In reality, I don't need you. At all. Hmm? I'm so energetic, I feel great, which means I can do anything. You can only watch and agonize over your uselessness. I can imagine how angry you are right now. Yeah, I'm all beside myself. What made you happy all of a sudden? Why would I be sad? Remember yourself a couple hours ago? I don't know what you mean. Stop lying. Nuh-uh, I still don't understand. Whatever, unlike you, I won't forget that pathetic, snotty girl for a long time. She just whines and whines all the time. That's kind of what I feel like playing as Shiki and Tsukihime. Like an alternate personality thing. Didn't even try ruining my mood. I want to have fun while we're together, right? So you're the one calling the shots now? Yeah. More like I'm his conscience. Makes sense. Well, let's see how long you can last. We'll see, yeah. Am I really that pathetic? Say something. I can feel tears streaming down my cheeks, hanging from my chin and then falling down my clothes, burning holes in them. That was fast, but not unexpected. Hey, at least I tried. Alright, well, whatever. Go wash your face and then we'll decide what to do with you. Here it is. I was looking for my, hand thing. For my mouse. I'm in front of the mirror again. I keep staring at my reflection, trying not to get distracted by the sneering looks the walls are giving me, trying not to drown in their giggling. But then, me in the mirror also shows a creepy smile, bares her teeth at me. Yeah, I feel like I'd be missing a lot without the first game, funny enough. Yeah, somehow it gave context, but like a weird form of context, you know what I mean? Like, we know something is wrong with this child, and that's, like, we knew that to begin with, but, like, and we would have figured that out eventually, but it kind of feels like it gets put together. Also, she really doesn't like me. I shut my eyes, but that doesn't help. It wouldn't have helped me even if I sunk through the floor. I start counting in my mind: 2 squared, 2 by 2 squared, a square squared, a square pyramid, square pyramid squared, primedial structure cubed, a primedial structure hypercubed. I feel better. But my head is splitting apart now. Sorry for being rude. How do you feel? You're mocking me, right? I'm obligated to ask you this at least a couple times per session. Per session? A session, huh? You don't like that word? I'm fine. No, you're not. I don't know why, but I thought I'd be able to take control. I was almost ready to. I was sure I'd be able to change something. After all, I was able to buy milk, you know? Yeah, you ought to know how challenging it was. Is that why you threw away the medicine? What a stupid decision, right? Whatever it was your decision. Does it even matter? Yes. Somehow I found it hard to believe. But why did you do it? I felt like I'd be able to fight it on my own. It's true, the pain subsided for a bit at the time, but I feel it triple in force. It hurts so bad. Well, you know what to do. Dejected, I reach out for the shelf with my medicine. I swallow all the pills, one after another, chasing away the unpleasant visions that keep floating up in my memory. And yet, my mind still draws a terrifying picture. Lots of coagulated blood and transparent coating travels down my esophagus, scratching its soft walls, leaving behind furrows. Hello, Zebra. Glad you got your account back. I shake my head violently. I don't care if it makes me feel dizzy or worsens my pain. I just don't want to think about something so repulsive. You still haven't changed. What do you mean? You're afraid of being alone. This worries you much more than pain. Yeah, I guess. I toss the last pill into the air and catch it in my mouth. I lie on the floor. It's healing. I can clearly hear water running from the metal pipes up there. I can hear cracking of concrete blocks that will someday surely fall on my head. But I'm not afraid of that at all. I can imagine my death coming from above, rather than it's bringing its claws from somewhere below, waiting for me to lose focus. Do you want to talk about it? Did you hear that? No, I had enough talk. What do you want then? I just want to lie down for a bit. I carefully extract thoughts that are yet to be fully formed from my head and lay them out on the ceiling in orderly rows. Now it's my corkboard. In hopes of seeing the whole picture, I switch them from one place to another, pile them on top of each other, scatter them around. In the end, I throw them off with my hand and know it and start over. I can't do it. You can always imagine your thoughts as something small and swarming, like cockroaches. Ew, I hate cockroaches. Can I make them fireflies? I don't mind either way. I don't even have time to blink before my thoughts, they're fireflies now, start whirling all over the ceiling of their own accord, forming whimsical patterns. I can only observe them and wait for the right moment. It's just that moment doesn't come. The mocking sound of flapping wings coming from the ceiling is starting to make me lose my patience. Enough! I hate you! I spring to my feet and scream at the top of my lungs. The fireflies scatter. Good job. Now start over. No. Unstable behavior makes you look bad. I don't give a fuck. So, that doesn't bother you? Should it? Probably. What do you want me to do then? I don't know, it's up to you. You're at it again. What do you mean? Never mind. And I've changed my mind anyway. Please don't stay silent for this long anymore. I'm having a hard time without your help. Fine. Raised my eyes to look at the ceiling once more. Sadly, all the fireflies seem to be hiding somewhere. Need to find them. Look at them and go to bed. No, you don't get it. If I'm thinking about something, I need to finish my thoughts, or else... I glance around the room. There are too many places for a creature as small as a firefly to hide here. They can be anywhere. Sunlight here, definitely rumble. The clock just hit midnight. It's so late already, but I can't go to bed right now. Will you help me, please? Please tell me you'll help me. Come on, stop bullying me. Promise to talk with me. What were you thinking while lying on the floor? What do you mean? You should know better than anyone else. That's the thing. I have no idea. This is weird. Will you tell me? I roll my sleeves and start rubbing my eyes intensely. They're so itchy. Okay, both of those are why are you crying? My eyes are itchy. Did you drink milk? Did you bring milk? Did he bring milk? I wonder if I tear out my eyelashes one after another will my eyes stop itching. No. Okay, well, she's fucking lost her mind, hasn't she? Landy, you still there, man? I wonder if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another, all my eyelashes one after another, if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another. What have you done? I need to gather the glass. And then I need to have a bath. Then, here, drink some milk. No. First death? What the fuck does that mean? I stand in the middle of the room, my mouth agape, gasping for air. I think I just experienced death. I don't know any other way to explain what just happened. Well, that was surely something. Will you tell me or not? About what? Let's look for the fireflies instead. You're acting weird. Also, the figure that we saw is in the background. Help me instead of running your mouth. I've already had enough adventures for before bed. I need to gather my thoughts quickly and go to bed. And my thoughts are hiding from me. To be honest, I have no idea where to look for them. Me neither. I guess we'll have to tear this whole place apart. No, and no. If I make even the smallest messes here, I feel really bad. All the things should stay in their places, and that's it. Why? Are you trying to come up with a reason right now? Who, me? No, of course not. I think you forgot to put your mind block. I can see through you. Rude. Alright then, so we need to find a bunch of these tiny insects inside a mountain of junk without moving anything even an inch. Yeah. Yeah, it does it. I have an idea. Last time, becoming a visual novel character helped me achieve my goal. Now I want to become a point-and-click adventure game character. You know, those games that have moments when you just look at different objects and something inevitably happens? It sounds so fun. And what about things that you use regularly? Do you refuse to touch them as well? It would make it even more interesting. This is so stupid. You want to know the best part? You'll be the one doing it. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. I start panicking as soon as I get into a multiple choice situation. I just keep changing my mind and end up crying and running away. Do you want that to happen? Yeah, that does it. You've already proven that you're able to make decisions. Why not continue on that road? Come on, don't be so boring. Just teasing you. You don't have to bear the whole burden. I'm asking for help is a reasonable decision, too. Let's begin already. I go to the middle of the room and look around. Where would I hide if I were a tiny firefly? This is so thrilling. My heart gets warmer from the pleasant anticipation. Hey. What? Look down. I look down. After a moment, a small ball of light and warmth crawls out from under my sweater. Wow. Neat. There's smoke coming from your clothes. Whatever. Huh. I carefully grab the firefly. It's pleasantly scorching to the touch. Okay, so they're literally on fire or something to it. I put it on my shoulder. I'm sorry, little guy. Time to come home now. As if it was an order, the firefly slowly drifts in circles around my head for a bit and then flies into my ear with the speed of a bullet. That's gross. One down. Let's look for the others. Yeah. Computer? Oh, I don't like that. Look at my laptop. I haven't touched it in years, so it's covered in the layer of dust as thick as my finger. A bizarre item. I fear it. Why? It's a long and boring story. Wonderful. Tell me about it. I insist. I don't remember how it appeared in my room. One of my parents probably bought it here because they couldn't find a better place for it. They didn't prohibit me from using it, and on the other hand, they encouraged me to do so. Sure, I spent whole days in front of the screens, games, drawing, engineering calculator, 3D modeling. So much fun stuff to do. You had some amusing hobbies. Yeah, I did, before entering the web. Imagine this. You're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for a comfortable living. Did you imagine? As always, your analogies are spot on. Okay, I imagined. Alright, so you're a hamster that lives underground. You have everything for a comfortable living, okay? Okay. Wonderful. And here's the situation your hamster that lives. Okay, I got it. Do you want to talk about something else? Yeah. You'll end up returning to that subject anyway. On one wonderful day, someone digs you up from your hamster house and brings you to the pet store. Now your new home is a cage. It's way more comfortable and warm compared to the underground. And the most important part, you have a lot of neighbors here. Their cages are identical to yours. There are a lot of hamsters look identical to you too. That means they're all the same. Apart from the fact that they were born at the shop. You ask, what does that indicate? And I'll tell you, nothing at all. I forgot what I was talking about. Wow. Okay, let's start over. This time, try to avoid the stupid hamster analogies. You know, I'm not the one at fault here. So, I had a lot of friends online. Tens, hundreds of them. Impossible to count. I think because I'm technically in the way, I'm gonna move over. Okay. Although I guess nobody counts the exact number of hamsters when they walk into a pet shop. Hey, don't get distracted. Alright. From my 317 friends, 317 friends, 68 of them were into gaming, just like me. 130 of them liked drawing, just like me. The remaining 119 were into calculators and 3D modeling equally. And when I say equally, I don't mean like 59 and a half friends on each side. Alright? You can split numbers evenly, no problem, but math doesn't work like that when it comes to friends. A major conundrum, right? Get to the point. I knew, of course, that no real people exist on the web. I also understood that all of my friends died the moment I turned off the laptop. But I still wasn't even a bit worried. Why? Do you know what a computer program consists of? It's just a combination of numbers. No, but which means my friends are also numbers. Isn't that amusing? No? What are you calling your friends? I mean, everyone who shares my interest is my friend. And I don't care whether they know about my existence or not. Anyway, I guess we're friends now. Uh, anyway, as I was saying, every program has its own algorithm and purpose. It's a mathematical formula, and if you solve that formula, you'll be able to predict the programmer's behavior at any moment. The longer you speak, the less I follow. You don't need to follow me around, just listen. I sit on the floor and the laptop screen ends up right in front of me. The only thing reflected is my dim face. A web person is just a random picture of a random string of letters where words and actions from the web person are just executable code. Hey, let me know if you need a break. One day, someone appeared. From that point on, my laptop was always on. There are no real people on the web, but he was good at pretending. At some moment, I'd let him trick me. Hey, look! Huh? Suddenly, a firefly slowly crawls out of the laptop's event grill. I reach for it and gets on top of my palm, blinking all the while. I think it's trying to say something. I can see that myself, if only I knew what. Looks like a cipher. You want to crack it? I changed my mind. I have absolutely no desire to find out what it wants to say. Firefly stops glowing for a moment, and after that, then it starts glowing again, and as if coming back to its senses. For some time, it thinks about the further course of actions, then flies up and dashes into my ear. Let's continue searching. And what of your story? You must be mad at me for interrupting you. I'm sorry. If you do everything right, I'll finish my story. Maybe. You promise? I promise. And if you forget, then remind me with the code word, for example. What code word? I'll think of one later. And for now, let's keep searching for my fireflies. Okay. Her pills. Oh boy. Okay, I didn't like that. Whatever that is, we can't touch it. I get close to the waistband and look inside it with curiosity. Pill packaging, notebook pages, and other garbage. Boring. There's nothing here. Indeed, no self-respecting firefly would hide in a heap of garbage. Can't disagree with you there. I look at the amount of pills and it makes me feel dizzy. I don't want to think about it. I don't. What's wrong? I've almost skipped my dose for today. How reckless. I could have died. Hey, calm down. We already fixed that. Yes, because you ordered me to. Is that an accusation? Things could have been much worse. Yeah. I heave a deep sigh and come closer to extend my hand. Wow, it's warm. The moment those words leave my lips, one of the bottles overturns. Pills rain down from it, and along with them, a firefly. Hooray! After circling above my head for a couple times, it finally lands on my palm. Firefly rushes up from my arm, and upon reaching my shoulder, crawls straight into my ear. My mind becomes a bit clearer. This is my sleeping bag. It's soft and warm. I'm sure that no living creature would be able to resist the temptation to spend a minute or two inside. They want to dig deep into it with a couple of favorite items. Close their eyes, and then... Did you fall asleep? Huh? I gently slap my cheeks to return to my senses. It's already past midnight. Usually I'd be sleeping like a log at this time, but right now I can't. Let's continue searching. Hey, maybe we'll find something inside. No, my thoughts don't have a feature of putting to sleep. Quite the contrary, they're always cause insomnia, just like thought. Okay. Video? Right, insects enjoy pollinating with flowers and stuff like that, I guess. I get close to the flower shelf, I sniff around, and the least smell of dust and cardboard, and death. You know, those plants are long dead, right? I'm not sure a dead plant will be able to attract any insects. Well, we kinda don't have a choice here, you know. Still, you're right. Let's continue searching. Why don't you just throw them out? Weren't you listening to me at all? It's not easy to get out of here. Okay. I look down. My school bag, worn down and silly, is almost screaming out, can't move anything, therefore they stay. Fair enough. I look down. My school bag, worn down and silly, is almost screaming of its own weakness. From another angle, it looks like a full belly. Its contents are so regurgitating, decomposing, and turning into a sticky, mushy substance. What a cool image. I need to remember this. Totally not cool. Tell me what's inside your bag instead. Nothing special, mostly just all sorts of books. I've taken out all the pens and notebooks out of there, and I'm not interested in anything else. You used to go to school, didn't you? Yeah, I did. I had a blast all the way. Are you sure you understood my question? Do you think everything in my life will be doom and gloom? Well, you're wrong. All right, all right. What did you like the most there? Well, the rooms were really bright, not like not like the ones at home. That's it? Don't rush me. Let me remember. Well, the beds were also soft and the food was nice. By the way, I attend on all the classes. The others always skipped. They probably got told off so hard. I smile at Jen, so into warm memories. You never graduated, though. Yeah. Do you remember your last day there? It was a normal day. Dad picked me up earlier than usual. He told me that I'm already too old for the school curriculum. I also realized that some time ago, the tasks were way too easy. Then we got into the car and went home. While the reader was there, we had dinner and went to our rooms. What happened then? I guess that's not that day had especially but absolutely no special. Okay, what happened then? I don't remember. What does it even matter? Tell me about it again. Is your memory that bad? Please? Okay, fine. The day Dad picked me up from school earlier, explaining to me that I needed to grow up. It's not like I could completely grasp what he meant. Either way, I didn't resist. We got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us, then we had dinner, and then went to our separate rooms. Satisfied? One more time. Dad dragged me out of the school building while I was scratching and biting. The teachers didn't interfere. The scene was ordinary for them. Who knows what the little brat has done? Then he pushed me into the car. We drove home in complete silence. Mom greeted us. We had dinner and went to our separate rooms. Please, let's not discuss this any further. No, you'll tell me again. Dad bought milk on our way home. Again. I hate milk so much. Mom was not home. Again. I hate Mom so much. What happened next? Suddenly, I feel like someone's eyes are on my back. Knowing that these moments should never ever be ignored, I turn around. But there's nothing there. What happened next? Everything that happened next happened after something that led to everything that happened after what happened. I look at my bag again. Light pouring into the room through the window glints on the metal parts, and there also a shadow underneath, which means it's real, sadly. Whatever, I don't care anymore. I almost end up kicking the bag in a fit of sudden anger, but I managed to stop myself in the nick of time. If I move even an inch, the whole picture will collapse and I'll go blind. It's already happening countless times. What do you mean you'll go blind? I spent months memorizing the location of every item in my room. That's why I could see them so clearly and vividly. You won't get it. Look at your feet. Look down and see a small insect crawling towards me from my bag. It's barely glowing. And it can't even fly. I guess the firefly is really tired. I bend down to pick it up. The firefly starts glowing brightly as soon as I touch it, and it flies up. There you go. Good job. After doing a victory lap around the room, it flies toward me with high speed. I shut my eyes, anticipating the firefly to enter my ear. And that's exactly what happens. After it gets inside, it buzzes for a while, and then it gets silent. This one's kind of sad. I wonder why. Doesn't matter. What matters is that it's no longer alone. Sure, let's keep searching. finished searching, but I kind of want to click more stuff. Um, so I'm trying to figure out who the problem in the scenario is, because I thought it was the mom at first, and it clearly isn't. The dad died, and something that did something to her mentally. But she was always a problem kid because the dad was still alive, but she got dragged out of school kicking and screaming. Um, she said she liked it, but we had a alternative thought about that, or what the voice in her head. But I'm gonna say us. We had a different thought about that. In fact, we questioned her when she said that. It was odd. Okay, you guys can't see it, but the do you remember in the first game when she said I have a very big fear of the letter O? The icon for the game is the letter O. It's the hole from the from when she imagined it. Um I don't know. I'm trying to piece together what's going on here, but she's got mental issues. What kind of mental issues? And like, why does she have mental issues? Is it just one of those things where it just happens, or what's funny about that? I imagine myself being a firefly that is looking straight into a giant fan. And I've seen something about OCD. OCD makes sense. I'd be jealous. The only thing preventing it from flying is a cage it's locked in, and the cable. It's like an anime if you think about it. It's so sad. Yeah. Let's continue searching. Okay, well, I guess we could just finish them. I managed to gather my thoughts, but something still worries me. On the other hand, I wasn't supposed to be happy anyway. Why not? If I lose something and then find it, it's just going back. If I lose something and then find it, it's just going back to the starting point. No changes at all. A zero sum. And happiness is always about being positive, right? Which would make sense as to why she doesn't want to move anything. Yeah, I had a friend in high school who had OCD, and the color red hurt her. Like, she felt pain from touching the color red. So, she also, as someone who also basically only wore the color red, and liked hugs, she hugged me all the time because I liked hugs, and she didn't tell me until like a year after the fact that the color red hurts her. And I was like, you don't have to. You don't. I mean, it's okay. I'll be all right if you don't want to hug me. But she's like, no, it's more important. It's more important that you get the hug. And I was like, okay, I guess. But I still feel bad about that. But she never stopped. So, um, you shouldn't think about it too much. It hurts you. I want to sleep. How about you get some fresh air before sleeping? What do you mean? Well, go to the back and breathe in some air. That sounds so wholesome. Uh, she was fun. I liked her. She was really smart too. Somehow those words triggered a panic attack in me, and I subconsciously step away from the balcony. I don't think it's a good idea. Why? It may sound silly, but I feel like someone is watching me. Someone is watching you. That's definitely a person. All right, let's stay here. Yeah. What are you gonna do? What's with this silly question? I'm going to sleep, of course. Hoping that tomorrow will only come after a year or a decade. Imagine myself to be outside of my mortal shell, but at the same time still being me. Ridiculous like the milk outside the bag of milk, and yet, you don't have to talk out loud for me to understand that you're worried about me. I know that already. I also know that our time is running short. Won't take another pill? Of course not. In fact, I won't take it tomorrow either. And the day after tomorrow, and never ever. That's a goodbye then. No. I have one more small favor to ask. A really, really small one. What is it? I blurted out way too much today. A lot of stuff I want to forget forever. I don't blame you, but was it really necessary? You'll see tomorrow. No, I wouldn't be able to sleep like this. Fine, what's the favor? I nervously scratched my wrist and bite on my lower lip. Wait a minute, are you afraid to tell me? Yes! I'm also scared that something bad might happen if I tell you. I'm also scared that when something bad happens, something way worse will happen. Alright, I get it, alright? Still, I won't leave you alone until you tell me. Bully. No, you. I crawl into my sleeping bag, and the lower parts of the room is very cold. I hurry to wrap myself in blankets, even though the electronic heater is working hard to keep me warm. I'm sad because the dreams just won't come anymore. You won't believe me if I tell you how I dealt with it at first. Of course I'll believe you. I know, it was a joke. Well, anyway, I washed my face, brushed my teeth, lied down, and started imagining that I'm watching a dream. I didn't sleep at all, of course, and always looked sleepy in the morning. After a week of insomnia, I must tell you, but I can't, right? After a week of insomnia, I started feeling weird and seeing things. Letters floating in the air, strange silhouettes that appeared in the most unexpected of places, bulging eyes with trembling pale pupils. It was scary, you know. Then one day I almost died. I just collapsed in the middle of the room and I couldn't move for a while. The silhouettes, letters, and eyes were hanging over me and hissing. It was horrible. Well, deserved, I guess. It felt like I was caught on the biggest lie in the world. Yes, it felt exactly like that. And after that, I stopped. But the silhouettes, letters, and eyes stayed here. I guess they like this place. They always follow in my wake, peeping at me. I'm kind of scared of them. I can't even argue with them. But today, well, I still too scared to tell me. Of course, they're still listening, you know. Use your hands. Alright. I start chaotically twirling my fingers with enthusiasm, throwing complex shapes. You want me to tell you a bedtime story? Shh! And I was trying so hard here. Do you get it? They'll hear you. Relax, no one can hear you. So what do you say? I'd be happy to, but I have no idea how to tell them. Well, it's incredibly easy. Just talk about something without stopping. Sounds silly. But it's not. And meaningless. You don't know what you're talking about. I know enough to realize that we'll just end up wasting time. Let's focus on something actually important. Boring. Fine. Close your eyes. Okay, it's mimicking the first game now. I wake up on a wooden bench. In front of me lies a narrow, dimly lit alley. Off the familiar road. Where could I have seen it? Finally. I hear a voice coming from the side. I turn to see a boy with a weird expression on his face. You're late. Who are you? The boy blinks in bewilderment. We're not going anywhere like this. Try again. Then he takes a very deep breath. You are late. I stare at him, confused. He stares back, also confused. Sorry? The boy nods, satisfied. See? Much better. Do you have my name? My name's Trixa? Triska. I give the brat an evaluating look. He's so young, yet already coming at me with questions like that. None of your business. And besides, will anyone tell me what I'm doing here? Hey, that's rude. It's not like someone else is here beside me. Haven't they told you anything? I know all there is to know for one. About what? You're obligated to escort me to the store. Triska says that and strikes a victory pose. No, I'm not doing that. You understand that refusal is futile, right? Well, aren't you full of yourself? I'm serious. I'm not the one who decided that. Do you think I'd be delighted with your company? He's weird, constantly shifting between happiness, sadness, loudness, silence. He's a wacko, and his name is Stu. Are we going or what? You can go, I need to think. I'd be happy to, but I don't know the way. Jessica puts on a cunning smile. Hey, Lynx, you're in the game. I bit my lower lip in frustration. I'll be honest with you, I don't like you. He suddenly burst out laughing in reply. I do like you, though. Then he grabs my hand without hesitation. I don't even have time to retort. Lead the way. Our trip to the store went fine, if not for the fact that Jessica was walking way faster than me. And on the other hand, at times he stopped abruptly and went backwards, studying the ground underneath his feet. In the end, the trip took a lot longer than it should. After reaching the store's doors, we were greeted by a sign. We're closing in 20 minutes. Who had the bright idea to indicate that their working hours in this way? They probably have special staff for this. Someone who runs to change the sign every 5 minutes. It's convenient. Are you joking? Yeah! You're so annoying. That's much better than being boring. How old are you, by the way? None of your fucking business. Ah, what's your name? None of your fucking business. I was ready to slap the living hell out of that brat, but a scary-looking man suddenly appeared behind the glass. He's holding a cardboard sign that says we're closing in 15 minutes. Let's go. What are you waiting for? Huh? Oh, yeah. After another round of going across the long row of canned products, we realized that we're lost. This really does remind me of Tsukihime. Specifically, the textures that are like, this is just pixel art, but it was a picture before. It got changed to like 3 tones. I can't believe you don't know where they sell milk. Maybe we should ask somebody for directions? Sure. Hey, wait up. Jessica lets go of my hand and walks. Confident told one of the few store's customers that person is standing with their back to us, setting something on the shelf. Hello, can I? I can't hear neither the second part of his question nor the reply he gets, but my good-for-nothing friend freezes in place, looking to the customer straight in the eye. I hurry toward them. I can picture that got compressed with bait into a JPEG, yeah. Is he yours? The customer talks to me. He speaks with disgust while wearing a scornful expression. Is he yours? If he's yours, please get him away from me. Yes, I'm sorry. I grab Jessica's hand and lead him away. He's still looking at the customer, his mouth ajar and eyes popped. He's also shaking. Okay, that was odd. Only when we turn around the corner, Jessica calms down. What was that? I got so scared. He said, what? No, not again! Suddenly, Triska starts screaming like crazy. I cover his mouth with my hand, his face is burning, and he's crying. Can you act normal? You don't understand. Of course I don't. I don't understand anything. Annoying other people is still wrong, though. This is something you don't understand, it seems. You're mean. Who, me? Jessica pushes me away and runs off. Okay. At the edge of my vision, I see the store staff hang a new sign on the door. There you are. I meet Triska at the cash register. Before that, I managed to visit the milk department after finding out where it was. Hey you, move. I hear an angry voice coming from the other side of a long queue that is formed after Triska. I squeeze through toward him. What happened? The boy doesn't respond. He just looks at his feet and sniffs. The cashier towers over him. There's a bag of milk lying between them. Is it yours? Yes. Just leave him home next time. People, is this her kid? Are they trying to imply that this is his kid? This is her kid? Pay for the goods, please. Yes, of course. And the waiting fee. What? You heard me. I did, but that's unheard of. Trista starts giggling all of a sudden. And for the fact that your son is not saying that. But you heard me. You know what? In a fit of rage, I throw up a bank note to the cashier of much higher value that was needed, even counting in all the stupid fees, then grab the bag of milk and turn it around on my heels. We're leaving, Tresca. We spent the whole trip back in silence. At some point, we ended up turning right toward the gas station. There, Tresca finally breaks the silence. Do you like ice cream? Okay, I'm here. Naomi, you didn't tell me you left. And I'm still scared. No. Okay. But she does like ice cream. Unless this isn't the same character. Because we specifically had that, I'm not sorry. That's fine. You weren't going to be sorry anyway. We specifically had that dialogue line where she said she felt like a mile-long ice cream bar. It's only because you were mean to me anyway. That wasn't mean. I just stated what happened. You didn't tell me you left, and I'm still scared. This is Tresca, though. But we're with Tresca. I didn't forget about yesterday. It's not my fault you don't wash your ass. He turns away from the planet path and walks straight toward the highway with determination. I stare at his back, confused. Okay, we got a studio shaft head tilt. You're the dirty one, you little nasty. You are making assumptions right now. We have proof that you're nasty. It seems like you're not helping me at all. I'm glad. Okay, so now I'm glad we fucked up earlier. When I was playing, where's your proof? We have a whole stream of you outing yourself. You don't even know what a bidet is. Because this is in reference to you're not helping me. A new playful light flickers and trustful. So there are multiple endings, but I'm not sure how to get other endings. At least I think there was multiple endings. Why do I always come when the game ends, but I don't even know what's happening? We're gonna do another one if I'm correct. Of there being multiple endings, but I'm not really sure what I could have done differently. I guess I could have clicked more shit. There are so many dialogue options, but they don't seem like they make a difference. Also, what the fuck did that ending have to do with anything? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Steam page. High variability. Each playthrough is unique. However, some dialogue lines, images, and scenes have a small chance of appearing. You have to really get close to the girl in order to find out everything she hides. Let's try a new game now. Naomi, if you're still here, how about we have you choose some dialogue options then? When are you planning on streaming? Trying to look around, play for shadows. Yep. I can't be here too long. All right, never mind. No. Walk past the kitchen. We could do a run and dash to the closed door. Right. There's someone inside. And you stream as soon as I can make myself feel up to it. Naomi, I believe in you. You can stream. And what are you streaming today? As expected, there's no one living corpse inside. Elden Ring? Who made you play Elden Ring? Why is this an option for you? No, wait, you're lucky I like you. I turn away in shame and leave the room. And I only bring others trouble. Right. Hello, babyface. God, that's fine. I love guitar riffs like this so much. It's so good. I'm not struggling. None of the struggling. We're not struggling. None is live. Yep. Again. We don't know what he's talking about. Don't move. I promised so many times. Stay put. He's gonna inject his venom into my arm. Oh, are we... Is this like an IV thing? Is this girl like schizophrenic? I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out. I need to get ready for bed. I might drive back 5 seconds later. I think I'm gonna do another playthrough of this and see if I can figure out something else. But, and that's her mom. Look at her face. What's the deal with milk? Tell me. I don't understand what the point of the milk is. What does she stab her with? I'll never drink milk again. I get to my room. Yep. I think her mom might be abusive / controlling if this is the case. Well, it's hard to tell because the way... Wait, I never read any of this. I'm hurt. All right, I forgot you weren't here for this. My bad. The way that it's portrayed is that we can't tell who the issue is. Basically, she's just brushing her teeth. That's literally what's happening right now. She's lamenting her existence and brushing her teeth. And that whole entire thing before was her running away from the shadows that are chasing her. And you guys speculate that the figure was her mom, and that would make sense because there's no one else there introduced as a character. But I'm not sure. I'm not convinced of that. After finishing with my face, I reach out for my pills. I'm not going to take my pills. Fuck the pills. No one likes the pills. She's expecting her pills and she doesn't want to take it. Oh, wow, I feel really good if I don't take my pills. Why haven't I done this sooner? Man, I don't want to go to sleep. I want to talk to somebody. Hi. I still don't like the background. Long time no see. It hasn't even been an hour. There you go, bullying me again. Let's be a little bit ruder. Well, I'm not happy either. Need to go to bed. No, you've been in control for way too long. I'll just stay silent. Need to do your best to make me feel better. That's exactly what I'm doing. Actually, why am I even worried about this? In reality, I don't need you at all. What? I'm so energetic, I feel great, which means I can do anything. And if you can only watch and agonize over your uselessness. I can imagine how angry you are right now. Yeah, I'm all beside myself. By the way, you're the one that's useless. And pathetic. Don't even try reading my mood. I want to have fun when we're together, alright? So you're the one calling the shots now? Yeah. Well, let's see how long you last. Yeah. Am I really that pathetic? Say something. I can feel screams, tears, I'm crying. That was fast, but not unexpected. At least I tried. Go wash your face, then we'll decide what to do with you. Okay, that was all the same. I feel like this is definitely a schizophrenic thing or something. So my speculation was that she was talking to a different personality, and where us, the player, is the alternate personality. That's an umbrella. Alternate personality was my second guess. In the mirror, stare at my reflection. Don't want to do anything. Start turning in my mind. Feel better. Sorry for being rude. It's not your fault. It's never your fault. Fine, you can keep on blaming yourself, but don't overdo it. I don't know why, but I thought I'd be able to take control. I was almost ready to. I was able to do something. After all, I was able to buy milk, you know? But, you know, I ought to know how challenging it was. But the walls giving her looks, that's not another personality. That's seeing life outside herself. Is that why you threw away the medication? What a stupid decision, right? Whatever it was your decision. Does it even matter? Well, what do you think? I can't be sure about anything, and don't take me seriously, and you don't take me seriously anyway. But what did you do then? I felt like I'd be able to fight it on my own. It's true, the pain subsided for now, hurts so bad. You know what to do. She takes the medicine. You still haven't changed. What do you mean? You're afraid of being alone? That worries you much more than the pain. Toss the last bit in the air and catch it in my mouth. Okay, that's all it's saying too. Is this different? Landy, are you still here? Does this look different to you? Lie on the floor, look at the ceiling. I can clearly where water running from pipes, cracking concrete. Surely something wrong with my head. Not really? Alright, maybe I imagined it. But I'm not afraid of that. I can imagine death coming from above. Oi! You want to talk about it? No. What do you want then? I just want to lie down for a bit. Alright, last time I didn't say anything. Even if the ceiling is bound to collapse, it won't be today. Can you stay silent, please? I need to get my thoughts in order. Okay, so that didn't matter either, I guess. Carefully check my thoughts. I can't control my thoughts. Why don't you imagine them something like swarming, like cockroaches? No. Well, how can I make it fireflies? Sure, we don't care. Or maybe it all matters. Are you suggesting that it all matters, or are you telling me it all matters? My thoughts are fireflies, and only observe them. Just a suggestion. Enough, I hate you. I spring to life and feet and scream at the top of my lungs after the firefly sky. Good, now start over. No. Unstable behavior makes you look weird. I don't care, so that doesn't bother you. Should it? No. A lot of people act like this. Really? There's nothing so shameful about snapping so long if you have a reason for it. You did have a reason, didn't you? You'll surely get better, believe me. Start over. You're at it again. What do you mean? Never mind. I've changed my mind anyway. Please don't stay silent for this long anymore. I'm having a hard time without your help. Fine. We need to find the fireflies. Let's around the room. There's too many places for a creature that as small as a firefly to find here. It can be anywhere. Somebody hit the rumble of the clock. It's midnight. Please tell me you'll help. Come on. What were you thinking of thinking while lying on the floor? What do you mean? You should know it better than anyone else. Instead of asking silly questions, help me find my fireflies. I have no idea where to look for them. Me neither. I guess we'll have to tear the whole place apart again. No. After all, things stay in their places. Why? Are you trying to come up with a reason right now? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I don't and I won't. Alright then, so we need to find a bunch of tiny things and the thing of the whole thing. Okay. Last time becoming a visual novel character, so now I'm coming up with a click adventure character. Why? Because her mom said so. I don't think so. What about the things you're using regularly? Do you refuse to touch them as well? Even more interesting. Alright. No. You're such a handful. Do what you want. You go into the room and look around. Right against warm from pleasant. Hey. Look down. Alright, we got our first firefly. Oops. One down, let's look at the others. Ron's probably controlling man, I'm just saying. I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just saying that I don't think that's the case in this particular instance. I tilt my head backwards and almost fall over. The closet is hanging under the ceiling at least 300 feet on the floor. Are you joking? Even though it's my room, not everything here is for me to use. Whatever. I don't really care. Yeah, I don't care at all. Like Tolene, I'm definitely not worried. Not even a little bit. Not even a smidgen of a little bit, or at least not even for 1,000%. That's how much I don't care. Naomi, look, it's you. She has no reason why everything has to stay where it is. Kind of like how when you tell kids something is a rule and the reason is because I said so. So Landy suggested that she might have OCD. And OCD would explain why she can't move anything. I'm not even done telling you how much I don't care. From this moment on, I'm ignoring. Oh no you don't. Then act normal. Lights, maybe? Are you serious? What's wrong? Just think about it. Why would fireflies be attracted to light? I think they're quite self-sufficient already in that regard. Everything doesn't look neat in her room enough. I don't think it necessarily needs to be neat in order for her to want it all in the one spot. I think that's a misconception for OCD. You just need to have things a certain way, not necessarily it has to be neat. Yeah, she moves something and ruins her image. I think they're quite self-sufficient already in that regard. Well, only if they purposely want to lower their self-esteem. I can't click the background, no matter how odd that is. What are those? Ah, those. Those are the photos of my best memories. And they're blank. I stared at them so intently that I burned them with my eyes. And now they're just covering the cracks in the walls. Cracks? Forget it. Are we continuing the search or what? Okay. Oh, those are milk bags. Cartons? Bags. So we can't do anything with the milk. Ruins her image of the room. She won't to say exactly what she said, she will not be able to see anymore. Leg upward to a very high place under my ceiling. I can hear a countless number of small legs marching inside the AC unit. Oh well. What happened? Fireflies can't be friends with cockroaches. We better look somewhere else. Why would cockroaches be in there? Have you forgotten? You were the one who told me to think of my thoughts as cockroaches. Okay, but they became fireflies afterwards, but the cockroaches don't just disappear like that. So they occupy this place. Do you understand now? I'll pretend I do. She said, remembers exactly where everything is in the room, and if something moves, she'd be blind. This is my sketchbook. Half of its pages are blank, which means it'll still be good for a couple of years. You draw that really? Why? Isn't it obvious? If I run out of pages, I'll have to buy a new sketchbook. I can't get the stationery store on foot. I'll have to take the bus. Do you even realize what kind of nightmare that could turn into? Well, maybe you can ask your mom to buy one. All right. So now we're gonna ask this question. We're gonna find more about the mom. Buy what? Ask whom? Can you even form a coherent sentence? Don't play dumb. Ask your mom to buy you a notebook instead. So you want me to perform a string of actions, but you're also telling me to do one instead of another. Then how would I decide which action to take? You're so dyslexic. Man, you're a tough case. You lack empathy. Is that my fault? I get closer to the sketchbook, stacking over the wires in the sleeping bag, the cracks in the laminate and the window's reflection. So she didn't say anything specifically about her mom. She said she wouldn't be able to make a decision. She could also be avoiding the talking about her mom, or even bringing up the situation in which she could ask her mom. Why avoid talking about asking her mom, though? That's what I'm saying. But she did that earlier about something that didn't mean anything. Which is why that's confusing, you know? I really like the way her sweatshirt is drawn. Or shirt. I think it's a sweatshirt. About what? I don't remember exactly, but she was being kind of like, I won't be able to make a decision. I don't even remember if it was this game or the first one. Are you sure it didn't mean anything? If it was the first game, it definitely didn't mean anything. The sketchbook is lying on the stool. From my height, it seems like the stool is missing two legs. I squat and look at it again, and all legs are in place. Let me even think of an interesting allegory. Let's not go there, okay? I stand up and study the sketchbook from inches away. The pages are pure white. The last drawing is buried on a previous page, the way it should be. Too bad, I'd love to see it. Maybe next time. A sudden gust of chilling wind breaks into the room and makes the pages rustle. Oh no! I shut my eyes. A distinctive sound of pages turning echoes with my head. In my head, I know what's going to happen. The rustling has stopped, even though the wind is still blowing, the howling from every direction. It can only mean one thing. The notebook is open on the first page. So everything moved, and she's intentionally not looking at it. If I wait a little longer, the wind will close it. I won't have to look. If I wait a little longer, if I wait... Open your eyes. No. It's okay, just do it. No way, I know you're lying. Calm down. No. Calm down. No. Calm down. No. Calm down. No. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Fine. I open my eyes with the utmost caution. Notebook still open in the middle. No drawings. Nothing. The pages are still pure white. Did I imagine it? I don't know. Did you? You're the smart one here. You tell me. Next time, don't close your eyes. What did you... Couldn't finish speaking because the pages started moving again. Don't close your eyes. Don't make me do it. I'm scared. Trust me. The rustling grows lighter. The pages lift up. I can almost see the outlines of the drawings on the previous pages. No way. Everything that is in that last page is in the past should stay in the past. You couldn't convince me. That's it. I'm closing my eyes. Look. Look there. A barely visible light seeps through the pages. With every new gust, it becomes brighter and brighter. Firefly. The wind immediately stops. For a moment, the world sinks into a perfect silence, but only for a moment. The buzz that has always been haunting me fills the surroundings, but it doesn't matter now. Goodness gracious, little boy, you made me feel so scared. The firefly blinks, flies up, and enters my ear, blowing loudly all the way, buzzing. I spend some time looking for the perfect spot in my head, but then the buzzing dies down. Whew. You okay? We're running short on time, so let's continue searching. Okay, so we didn't get that one last time. Hey, Amy. I turn my eyes toward the inconspicuous shelf near the mirror. There's a glass with a toothbrush sitting on the wall and a small towel hanging nearby, with a wonderful sight. I'm just saying asking her mom might be out of the question because her mom is in control of her life and making decisions is not her decision. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that she's done something similar to avoiding the answering the question before, so it's hard to tell. My fireflies are smart and good. They would never get in there. They know about personal hygiene. Okay, let's look somewhere else. Even down to what she's allowed to like. Not allowed to like milk anymore, you know? Yeah, and as we can see, there's a bunch of milk over here in the corner. So, I mean, like I said, not saying you're wrong. Just, it's hard to tell if that was the specific instance. I doubt it. All the compartments are locked. What if? I don't even want to think about what's inside. Who knows what I'll end up imagining. All right, so I'm not even gonna try to check out the thing. Umbrella. Under my umbrella, ella, my voice is off key. The umbrella emanates a faint sense of coolness. Excuse me. No wonder. It's the only thing that defends me against thunderclouds and that gather under my ceiling. The gathers under my ceiling. Did she say in the last game that when she cries, it rains outside? It's such a blessing that it can do it without my help. Still, a firefly won't hide in a place like that. It'll catch a cold and be unable to fly. You don't want to check it? Why? I'm sure we won't find anything there. It's nice you to get out of here. What's outside, though? I can't click anything outside. She also didn't want to go outside in the last playthrough, so maybe I'll try to make her this time. The usual notebook page is glued to the wall with duct tape. Numbers are drawn on them. It's the only kind of information I can take in without trouble. No, I mean, what is that? I think it's a person. Dosage and side effects? Yes. I thought you know them by heart. Yes. This is not your handwriting, isn't it? Of course it's not. Shaky, broken lines, ugly numbers. It's not writing. It's more like claw marks. Don't forget to thank your mom. I don't need your advice. My screen makes the pages rustle restlessly. After a moment, a firefly appears from underneath one of them. After looking around, it's like a business-like manner. It takes off into a business-like flight and ends up in a business-like ear. Moms. Mm-hmm. Naomi? Let's keep searching. So I didn't have a dialogue option there. Why would we say don't forget to thank your mom if she was an okay person? Only allowed to do what Miss Mom says, that's all I'm saying. I look at the mound of pills and it makes me feel dizzy. I think about it, I don't. What's wrong? I've almost skipped my dose for the day. It's reckless. I could have died. You already fixed that. You were gonna die anyway, so what's the problem? Oh, you're right. I heave a deep sigh, come closer, and extend my hand. Wow, it's warm. Firefly. Firefly and the pills. Firefly, okay. You said a different dialogue option, but... Okay, we can finish searching, but I know there's more fireflies. Amy, how was the rest of your stream? Right, insect enjoy pollinating flowers and stuff like that. I guess. Get to close the flower, okay. Flowers are long dead. Won't be attracted. You won't just throw them out? They're dead plants. Are you listening to me at all? Alright, we can't move anything, so that would require touching that. I'm sure her imagination runs wild because it's the only thing her mom can't really control, but maybe the meds are for her mom to try to control even her imagination. I'm not sure how that would work. I look at the alarm clock, time continues its unstoppable flow. It's so late. Are you tired? You bet I am. I let out a theatric yawn and hold my arms up to my sides. 1, 2. Then I realized that. Then I raised them above my head. 3, 4. Maybe a little workout will help me freshen up. Good idea. Do you remember the exercises you've been taught? I think so. Take a hesitant stance. What was it? Heels together, toes apart. Whatever, I'll go with that. Countdown 5 minutes. Fine, you got a clock right there in front of you now. I can't look at its hands for too long. At first, I feel like they're starting to move. They start moving in the wrong direction, and then they disappear altogether. Then things always get messy. Last time I saw a pair of eyes on the clock's face, and also, we used to hear voices back in the day. They pleaded for help, I think? What a mess. Truly a mess. It was a mess, right? A mess. Well, are you counting down? Oh my god, finally. What do you mean? I was trying to get through to you for half an hour. Huh? Forget it. Do you see the firefly? No? Let's continue searching then. Look at my laptop. I haven't touched it in years. We've seen this one. So. We've seen this one. She has friends on the internet, but her friends aren't real because they're just codes and programs. But there was so much she meant that wasn't, that made it seem like she wasn't, that they were actually real. You'll end up returning to the subject anyway. Gosh. Try to avoid this hamster analogy. Don't get distracted. Get to the point. What? Everyone who shares my interests is a friend. I don't care whether they know about my existence or not. Hi, has it been scary yet? This particular game, no. The first one freaked me out a little bit. If you solve the formula, you'll be able to predict the thing. Well, speak the less I follow. One day, someone appeared. From that point on, my laptop was always on. There's no real people on the web, but he was good at pretending. At some moment, I let him trick me. Hey, look. Suddenly, the firefly slowly crawls out of the laptop's event grill, and I reach for it and crawls into the better. I think it's trying to say something. I can see that myself, if only I knew what. Looks like a cipher. Don't you want to crack it? I changed my mind. I have absolutely no desire to find out what it wants to say. It starts glowing again, coming back to its senses, and for the time it thinks about further course of action, then flies up, dashes in me. Let's continue searching. What about your story? You must be mad for me for interrupting you. I'm sorry. If you do everything right, I'll finish my story, maybe. Do you promise? I promise. And if you forget, then remind me with the code word, for example. What code word? I'll think of one later. And for now, let's keep searching for my fireflies. Okay. We still have the vent, and that's about it, I think. Oh, and her sleeping bag. She decided that the sleeping bag wouldn't have anything in there. Get close to the waistband, look at curiosity, packaging, notebook pages, the other garbage, boring. Pudgy, shouldn't you be asleep, dude? There's nothing in here. Indeed, no self-respecting firefly would hide in a heap of garbage. Just can't argue with you there. A sleeping bag, soft and warm, living creature would be a bit resistant to temptation to spend a minute or two inside there. They'd want to dig deep into a couple of favorite items. Did you fall asleep? I should, and I will in a moment. I gently slap my cheeks and return myself to my senses. It's already past midnight. Usually I'd be sleeping like a log at this point, but right now I can't. Let's continue searching. Maybe we'll find something inside. Now my thoughts don't have a feature of putting to sleep. Quite contrary, they're always a cause in something, just like tonight. Okay. Alright, see the fan, because I don't think the fan is anything. What's funny about that? We did the fan last time. Alright, backpack. Alright, this time I be totally my cool senses of cool. We're there, but I don't care. Is it me you're laughing at? What? I never, after all. You're not my pet. I'm not going along with this nonsense anymore, got it? Got it. Hey, it wasn't on purpose this time. Tell me what's in your bag instead. Nothing special. Books. She likes going to school. You sure you understood my question? You think everything in my life is doom and gloom? Right, you like school. What you like about it? Those rooms was really bright, not like at home. What? Don't rush me, let me remember. But the beds were also soft and the food was nice. By the way, I attended about the classes, the others always skipped. They probably got told off so hard. Small and gently. You never graduated, though. Yep. Do you remember the last day there? It was a normal day. Dad picked me up earlier than usual. He told me that I'm already too old for the school curriculum. I also realized that some time ago, the tasks were way too easy. Then we got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us, had dinner, and we went to our separate rooms. And then what happened? I don't remember, and what does it matter? Tell me about it again. Is your memory that bad? Please? Okay. I think this is important, so I'm making her say it again, even though we did it last time. Tell me about it again. Dad dragged me into the school building while I was scratching and biting. The teachers didn't interfere. The scene was ordinary for them. Who knows what their little brother's up to? Then he pushed me into the car and we drove home in complete silence. Mom greeted us, we had dinner together, and we went our separate rooms. Please, let's not discuss this further. No, tell me again. Dad brought milk on the way home. Again. I hate milk so much. Mom was not home. Again. I hate Mom so much. What happened next? Suddenly I feel someone's eyes on my back. Knowing that these moments should never be ever be ignored, I turn around. There's nothing there. What happened next? Everything that happened next happened after something. That led to everything that happened after what had happened. I look at my bag again, the light pouring out the room, and finally, blah, we got a fireball. What do you mean you go blind? Yeah, here it is. I spent months memorizing the location of every item in the room. That's why I can see them so clearly and vividly. You won't get it. If I move something in this room, I'll go blind. Look at your feet. There's a firefly. Okay, Victory Lab flies in her head, buzzes. That one's kind of sad. I wonder why. Doesn't matter. Sure, let's continue searching. Okay, what else can I click? Radio? The radios are the only thing I can touch. Yeah? Nothing else here? I think the song just repeated. I can't do anything with this? What about the letter O? Nothing? Alright. Alright, finish searching. You found all the fireflies. Amazing. I guess. I managed to gather my thoughts, but something still worries me. I wasn't supposed to be happy anyway. Why not? If I lose something and then find it, it's just going back to the starting point. No changes at all, zero sum. Happiness is always about being positive, right? You shouldn't think too much, it hurts you. I want to sleep. How about you get some fresh air before sleeping? What do you mean? Go to the balcony and breathe in some air. Somehow those words triggered a panic attack in me, and I subconsciously step away from the balcony. I don't think that's a good idea. Why? This may sound silly, but I feel like someone is watching me. There's no way someone cares about you that much. Wow. But we didn't say this last time, so we're going to. Just for a couple minutes, okay? My apartment building looks like a bottomless cooking pot, but instead of soot, it has hundreds of concrete and metal boxes on its walls. There are lights on in the windows. There are muffled voices coming from inside. The howling wind spirals up and splits into hundreds of independent screams. Seems like it wants to be heard by every person living here. It must feel so lonely living in endless silence. Your apartment building is pretty weird, isn't it? I can see the horizon from my window before, and the building grew for miles in both directions. I guess at some point it circled around and closed on itself. Nothing unusual about that, though. I hate this. This is not okay. How do you feel? Definitely feel. Sometimes that's more than enough. Still, you're anxious, aren't you? Of course, moreover, I'm completely terrified. Was that obvious? You're looking in every direction but up. That is why. Ah, this. I've already told you, haven't I? About what? You know, small stuff. Can small stuff make you terrified? It's hard to explain. I climb up in the metal railing and let my legs hang down. I sneak short glances at the abyss from time to time. It replies with angry, cold breath. That's how we interact, like old fairness. Sometimes I feel like the whole world pretends to be crazy, as if trying to make me believe as if trying to make me believe in something that doesn't exist. That's weird, isn't it? Yes, but at the same time, it makes me feel like a little bit happy. Everything around me was created for my sake, to deceive, trick, confuse me. That's true. I guess it's not so crazy myself after all. You believing in this is the definition of craziness. You're probably right. The gust of wind blasts against the pot walls while smashing the glass to dust and blowing away in concrete crust. I, on the other hand, feel a gentle breeze that only ruffles my hair. I still haven't come up with the code word. You were the one to remember your promise. You don't need to code a word anymore. I don't like when this happens. I want to remember certain things only when I want to. Nonetheless, you made that promise. Alright, I'll keep it, but you need to keep in mind that from this moment on, every word will bring me pain. Alright, last time she said that, spooky stuff happened. So, Pudgy, if you're here, get ready for spooky stuff. I bend down and imagine falling into the abyss. I had exactly 2 minutes before I meet my end. Did she jump? She jumped. I had a friend unlocked, my best friend, even though the combination of letters he used instead of his name wasn't that cool. Well, the combination of pictures he had instead of his photo was also boring and unattractive. This is so strange and wrong, breaking the rules of being online. Why was he doing it? Maybe his code was a few lines short? I don't quite get what you mean. I could tell you about those rules. You can't find them anywhere, but I'm smart, so I figured them out myself. Although, I'm not so sure I should be divulged them. Why? When I try to say what I think out loud, I tend to make mistakes. If I make just a single one, everything that comes after contradicts my thoughts. I end up with the opposite position. I don't want them. According to that logic, it'd be better for you to keep your mouth shut forever. Yeah, that's my dream. Keeping my mouth shut, never get up from bed, and never see or hear anything. Just dream on and on. Why is everything so terrible? Just don't get distracted. So what about your friend? My friend? Oh, yes. He was brazen enough to... Come on, gather your thoughts. He somehow made me believe that he was real. He kept describing someone else's life to me in detail as if it were him. And he expected me to do the same. And then I told him everything about myself without hiding a single thing. I grit my teeth. The wind whips my face without mercy. It slices my skin into uneven strips. As if it's a piece of thin cloth. He knew more about me than anyone else in the world. You know what he did? Yes. Sending an army of bots to harass me was probably fine. And what's most important, it was a win-win situation. They spawned here and there, simply bits of code that are effortless to run. No wonder the algorithm assigns that pattern for more often than the others from the list. Text and video generators get to work at the same time. My name surfaces on the web more and more. It's unbearable. Unbearable. From around every corner, every balcony, every ceiling, attic, wall, I always feel many pairs of watchful eyes directed at me. And now they watch me from the screens too. They're talking about you. But I'll put an end to that. I've decided a long time ago. Though maybe I only decided that only... My body crashes into the ground, smashing into millions of tiny pieces like porcelain. I'm cold. Let's go back inside. The mirror is different now. I return to my room. Thankfully, it hasn't changed one bit during the minutes I was outside. With a second thought, I go toward the laptop and yank the power cable from the outlet. That's it. That's it. That's it. What are you gonna do? What's with this silly question? I'm going to sleep, of course. Outside is different too? Yeah, outside was different when outside changed a couple times, actually. Hoping that tomorrow will only come after a year or a decade. I imagined myself to be outside of my mortar shell, but at the same time still being me. Ridiculous like the milk outside of a bag of milk. And yet... You don't have to talk out loud for me. I understand, that you're worried about me. I know that already. I know that our time is running short. You won't take another pill? Of course not. In fact, I won't take one tomorrow either. And the day after tomorrow? Never ever. It's a goodbye then. No. I have one more small favor to ask, a really, really small one. She wants us to read her a bedtime story. I blurted out way too much today, but I'm going to forget. I don't blame you, but it really wasn't really necessary. We'll see you tomorrow. No one would be able to sleep like this. Fine, what's the favor? I nervously scratched at my wrist and thought I don't know that. Are you afraid to tell me? Yes. I also scared that something bad might happen if I tell you. I'm also scared that when something bad happens, something way worse will happen. Stop it, I get it already. Still, I won't leave you alone until you tell me. Bully. No, you. I want to know what's going on with the mirror, because the mirror is different. Are you sure this ground isn't different? I swear to God it's different. I crawl into my sleeping bag. The lower part of the room is very cold. I hurry to wrap myself in blankets even though the electric heater is working hard to keep me warm. I'm sad because the dreams just won't come anymore. You won't believe me if I tell you how I dealt with it at first. Of course I'll believe you. I know, it was a joke. Well, anyway, I washed my face, brushed my teeth, lied down, and started to imagine that I'm watching a dream. I didn't sleep at all, of course, and I always look sleepy in the morning. After a week of insomnia, I started feeling weird and seeing things. Letters floating in the air, sure silhouettes that appeared in the most unexpected places, bulging eyes with trembling pale pupils. It was scary to me. But one day I almost died. I just collapsed in the middle of the room and couldn't move for a while. The silhouettes, letters, eyes, all hanging over me and hissing. It was horrible. And well, served, I guess. I felt like I was caught on the biggest lie in the world. Yet it felt exactly like that. Also, there is not a jump scare, but like some staticky shit that happened earlier in the previous playthrough. It didn't happen this time. After that, I stopped. But the silhouette, letters, and eyes stayed here. I guess they like this place. They always follow in my wake, peeping in. I'm kind of scared of them, and I can't even argue with them. But today, well, I still too scared to tell me? Of course, they're still listening, you know. Use your hands. Alright. I come back, a little Timmy was falling down the well. Your guess is as good as ours. I start chaotically twirling my fingers with enthusiasm for incredible shapes. You let me tell you a bedtime story? Shh! And I was trying so hard here. Don't you get it? They'll hear you. Relax, nobody can hear you. So what do you say? I'd be happy to, but I have no idea how to talk. Oh, it's incredibly easy. Just talk about something without stopping. Sounds silly, but it's not. It's meaningless. Oh! So what happened with that other kid was a bedtime story. And then she woke up. It meaningless. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, I know enough to realize that we'd just be wasting time. Let's focus on something actually important. Boring? Fine. Close your eyes. Alright. Let's see if we get something different. Everything is fine. Head's gone. Oh, we did get something different. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo. Why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not like I care too much. I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo. Why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. But it's not like I care too much. I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up. There's nothing wrong that could go. There's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Alright, how fucked up will our face be this time? Yo, she got that weed from the gas station. Is the music getting slower too? It is. Another terrible morning. Why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not like I care too much. I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up. There's nothing wrong with being looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. What now? Oh, it's a hole now. Another terrible morning. Why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. But it's not like I care too much. Branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up. There's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. We get something different now? Why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the other school. This is something that actually disturbs me. Yeah, fair enough. Well, it's not that I care too much. I don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up. Hole in the face is so creepy to me. Fair enough. Lord, I don't know how much worse this can get. Hurry up. Yes, Mom. Naomi, playing Elden Ring will probably not help. Oh. I don't like this one. I don't like this one at all. Okay, what now? Yeah, that's gross. I don't like that. Why is my face always so stupid? How long does this keep going for? Pudgy, are you here, dude? Are you seeing this shit? Yeah, there you go. Oh, I hate it. Please, not much longer. Lovely. Another terrible morning. Why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not like I care too much. I don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up. There's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. The music went back to normal. Good morning. I feel so wonderful today. I can't wait for my... Sorry, I thought the capture saw something different and it freaked me out. I feel wonderful today. I can't wait for my first day at school. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Alright, I hated that. They put an actual chill in the last one for some reason. Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm not even sure what happened. I'm not either. All I know is I fucking hated it. Now for an even more scary game. No. First off, Pudgy, that's not even the first ending we got. We got a different ending before. Naomi, you should totally go live if you're gonna go live. Yeah, more scary. Amy, were you even here for that? I don't think I could get much worse, but seeing the back of her head in the mirror was the creepiest thing, and I don't know why. I feel like this is the type of game I want to watch an explanation video of. Is there an explanation video of it? There is. You guys want to hang out for 20 minutes? I am also getting too sleepy. I couldn't leave. Yeah. I'm going to bed. I'm also going to bed. Uh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, just tell all your viewers to come here. Um,
Milk outside a bag of milk, outside of a bag of milk, continues on its prequel, revealing much more information about.
oh, sorry yet? All right. I'll pause the recording for a bit. She was talking about how she was afraid of the letter O, and she's like, "All right, I'm going to have a mental vision of what it's like to be afraid of the letter O. And just keep in mind that I'm going to have mental damage after this happens." And then it just pops up and just that fucking void circle. Yeah, no, that freaks me out. I don't like that.
Milk outside a bag of milk, outside of a bag of milk, continues on its prequel, revealing much more information about the personal life of the protagonist who seems to have social anxiety alongside other undisclosed diagnosis. You can watch my last video on the first game to catch up with the story, which I will link in the comment section and the card above. Hi folks, I'm on.
What happened in the first game, unless there's also multiple endings, that basically we literally go to the store and she has social anxiety about getting milk and then she comes home and that's it.
And welcome to the video, you amazing person. Send me your game suggestions on Twitter, which I could cover in the upcoming videos, just like this one. Keep in mind that this video will have spoilers about both of the first game and the second game. With that said, let's begin. Following the events of the first game, the protagonist heads to her bed after a terrifying and unpleasant encounter.
There's a second. The game that we played, Naomi, was the second one. I did play the first game before you came in, though.
Which she finds unpleasant. Playful shadow entities dancing around the protagonist seem as if they want her to lose control and spin mindlessly, to which she resists and reaches her room. Just as she closes the door, she feels cold breeze coming from the other side of the door, mentioning to herself that it feels as if a living corpse is in the kitchen, blowing cold air through the keyhole. She then continuously repeats to herself that there's no corpse in the kitchen, as if she cannot stop herself from thinking it over.
Can you guys hear it okay?
The buzzing thought keeps repeating in her mind, which makes her uncomfortable, forcing her to check the kitchen. Instead of calmly visiting the kitchen, the protagonist rushes out of her room in a panic, waving her arms up in the air, bumping into the door and making it fly open. Arriving at the kitchen, the protagonist is relieved that only the bag of milk she purchased earlier sits on the countertop. After apologizing to the bag of milk for taking it out of the safe shelves of the supermarket to her house where it'll be drunk, she heads back to her bed when the monstrous entity representing her mother appears, grabbing her heart,
because you guys were right,
entire body. The creature, visibly annoyed at the protagonist, utters in a horrifying tone that something has happened again, which confuses the protagonist. The The creature then orders the protagonist to stay still when she pokes her arm with one of her long pointy fingers, piercing her skin and injecting her with her venom. Being confused, the protagonist lies to the floor, mentioning that it's happened many times before, when she pushes herself to remember the times before that has happened and to what is going on. But the pain and the heat rushing through her body makes her give up to forgetfulness, letting the poison take over her body. Just as she is feeling paralyzed, the creature makes her repeat a line, saying that she will never drink milk again. The creature
Before we continue on, is the mom upset that her husband died getting milk, and that's why she doesn't want her to get milk anymore?
creature, being angry and shouting from the top of her lungs, orders the protagonist to repeat over and over again, which she adheres to and repeats non-stop. It becomes clear that when the protagonist went to the kitchen, staring at the bag of milk,
but that's why I'm confused on it too.
She in fact drank from it, having a lapse of memory. This led to her mother being represented as a monster, sniffing her and realizing she drank milk, which she is apparently allergic to. The mother, concerned about her daughter, who constantly risks her life and drinks something she could die from, injects her with an EpiPen, saving her from going into an anaphylactic shock. She clearly mentions it's something she has done many times before, asking her to repeat that she would never drink milk again. After all the mishaps, the protagonist manages to finally get to her room and get comfy.
Can you be deathly allergic to milk? Why did she send her out to get milk anyway? Wait, I'm confused. It must be in that first game that she just went out to get milk on her own. Milk allergy can also cause anaphylaxis, a severe life-threatening reaction. So yes, you can get
routine. She's left with taking the variety of pills she's prescribed with for her condition. Instead of just taking the bunch in one go, as she usually does, she carefully studies each pill and finds an excuse not to take them. Instead, she creates her own imaginary pill and points out to each body part that has been treated and not hurting any longer. Feeling proud to what she has done, she questions herself to why she never did this before, keeping this a secret from her mother, knowing full well she wouldn't approve of it. Not feeling like sleeping and wanting to stay up, the protagonist starts having an internal conversation with herself, talking to an imaginary character she has created for herself. Representing the pill she's taking, the voice of wisdom, helping and encouraging the protagonist to cope with the confusing life. The pill, being the voice of wisdom, instructs the protagonist that she needs to...
Oh, so we're playing as the pill that she took. And the imaginary pill is like, same like an imaginary friend. Okay, I get it. Alright, fair enough.
She refuses and pleads with the imaginary character to talk with her. The character, being the pill, says that it will stay silent until its effects wear off. To which the protagonist becomes anxious, as this would mean that the imaginary character would disappear. She even orders the pill that its purpose is to be there for her and to make her feel better. After some time, trying desperately to hold on to her sanity, the protagonist starts hallucinating and feeling like she's losing control over her body. The pill comes to her and tries to make her feel better, as it's something it's obligated to do. The protagonist then explains that she felt like she could take control. She wanted to be able to have control and not be pathetic, relying on the pills. She then explains that an unbearable pain is multiplying in force, with memories coming back, hurting her more and more, something she thought she could overcome by herself. Nonetheless,
I'm going to speak on this because there's a big... I take antidepressant medicines and medication, and there's a big thing going on with medication bias against it rather, that like a lot of people tell other people like, hey, you don't need medication, you can get through it on your own, and that's just not actually true. So, like, the thing that she's feeling right now of her wanting to be able to get past this without taking medication is a real feeling that people have.
Being defeated and feeling useless, she goes to her pals and takes them one by one. Lying down in her room, trying to collect and organize her thoughts, she's assisted by her pal to think of them as fireflies, as the visual cue could make it easier. As she proceeds to visualize the fireflies buzzing above her, she loses her cool and screams loudly, causing the fireflies, her thoughts, scatter all over out of sight. As she gets up, she starts feeling bad and asking the pill for help. Struggling to collect her thoughts and keep calm, the pill reassures her as a friend, telling her that she can try again. The pill suggests moving her items and rearranging them so they can find the fireflies easier, but the protagonist soon has a panic attack, refusing to move anything, unable to explain why she doesn't want anything to be moved. She then explains that she pretended to be a character in a visual novel game while shopping for milk earlier, which helped her immensely. Now deciding to be a character in a point-and-click game, helping her find her thoughts, represented as fireflies hiding in her room. Looking around the room, the pill notices some pictureless photographs hung on the wall, which the protagonist explains that they are there to cover the cracks on the wall, seemingly indicating that she punched the wall in fits of rage in the past. Grabbing some of the fireflies, she starts to remember that she used to go to school but never managed to graduate. She remembers that on the last day, her dad picked her up early, telling her she's too old for the class she's studying in, seemingly being stuck in a class due to her mental health issues, not able to move on to the next, then denying to remember anymore. It's only through the pill pressing on the matter more when she explains that she didn't leave the class that easy. She started screaming and scratching the father, a scene that she explains to have been ordinary for the teachers, something that the protagonist did a lot of the times, unable to control her anger. This in a way could potentially indicate that the protagonist might have been on the spectrum of autism, especially mentioning earlier that she saw dancing shadow figure on the spectrum of autism, especially
Spectrum of what? Oh, autism.
mentioning earlier that she saw dancing shadow figures, which made her feel like spinning and uncontrollably waved her hands up in the air. Although autism has a wide spectrum, with many having variety of different traits or none at all, with someone having autism being very different to the other, some common traits are known as self-stimulatory behavior.
Stimming, also known as self-stimulating behaviors or stereotyping, are repetitive body movements or repetitive movements of objects. Many individuals along the autism spectrum engage in routine stimming,
including spinning, rocking, or flapping hands. But keep in mind, just because one or many could associate to certain traits or behaviors, not all are the same. Some people with autism have high functionality, while deeper in the spectrum, some rely on daily care. The pill pressing more on the matter, the story becomes more grim, with the protagonist explaining that the father bought milk on that day, with the mother not being even present at home. Moving on, the protagonist explains that she has memories of the location of every item in her room, seeing them so vividly and clearly, something the pill wouldn't understand, hence why she doesn't like them being moved. This trait could be associated with obsessive
OCD is a common mental health condition where a person has obsessive thoughts and compulsive behaviors. OCD can affect men, women, and children. Some people start having symptoms early, often found around puberty, but it usually starts during early adulthood.
Compulsive disorder, described as someone having a tendency towards excessive orderliness, perfectionism, and great attention to detail. However, I'm not a doctor. Regardless of having studied science and worked as a social worker working with clients with autism, certain traits are very general and can be linked to many different conditions, or simply it could be a personal trait not associated to any condition or disorder at all. That being said, everything is specifically intended in movies or games to create a plot and give the character a life, someone we can empathize with, associate with, or simply root for. Therefore, all the vague general traits are slowly unveiling what it is that prevents the protagonist from functioning the way she wants to, not feeling restrained or suffocated. As the protagonist feels sad thinking about the past, the pill suggests to her stepping into the balcony and taking some fresh air. When she mentions she avoids it as she gets panic attacks, mentioning that she feels there's someone watching her there. She goes nonetheless, observing the hollow inside of the building, attached from end to end. The protagonist then mentions how remembering makes her suffer and hurt, wishing she could only remember certain things, and not everything. She proceeds to take a leap, and as she has a long fall, she confesses a horrible memory that bugs her till today. She talks about a friend she had online just like many others she spoke to, but this one felt different. He showed more personality and emotion, seeming real, someone the protagonist called her best friend. She confides in him all her secrets about her condition and about the vulnerabilities. That's when she realizes trusting someone was a mistake, as he uses her as a stepping stone for himself to be the cool kid, sending an army of bots harassing her and making her feel miserable. The boy she foolishly called her best friend took videos and images of her through her laptop, sharing them online, humiliating her, with their images and videos never leaving the face of internet.
Oh, I totally did not get that. I totally did not get that when she explained that earlier. Okay, that's fucked up.
She goes outside or indoors, on the balcony or online, she feels as if she's being observed and stared at.
How did you miss that? I was too busy reading it. I was really panicked when I was reading it because she said she has 2 minutes until she hits the bottom. So I was like, oh shit, this game probably literally means that I only have 2 minutes to read it. So I was reading everything really fast.
That resided within the internet. Entities that didn't seem real apart from their pre-assigned role to be bystanders to her shame and humiliation, be cyberbullies, or just simply indifferent, just like usernames and pixels on her screen. Just as she tries to expand, she reaches the ground, shattering to pieces, explaining it's her second death today, or second way of dying that she thinks about, with the first death being a visualization of her being strangled, which she thought of earlier. Back to reality.
I figured that was the straight scene that I was referring to earlier, by the way. I figured that was where the eyes were watching and everything she mentioned earlier. I thought she just literally meant that she has I don't think it's a disorder. What's it called? Spotlight syndrome, where she just thinks everybody, where she just thinks everybody's watching her. Like I have that when I go to the gym. Which is why I don't like going to the gym. I feel like everybody's just watching me, and I don't like that.
Reality out of her deep and puzzling mind. She's back to her room, informing the pill that their time together is short as she won't be taking the pill any longer. Lying down in her sleeping bag, she asks the pill a last favor, something she's scared to ask when she awakens in a dream world, finding a boy called Triska in a park.
Okay,
Triska
we got this.
Acts very strange, shifting between
this is the
being
first ending we
happy
got.
and unhappy, being direct and harsh, and yet being kind and needy. He asks the protagonist with helping him buy milk, something that annoys her, confessing that she doesn't like him. They soon reach the store with a sign mentioning that it's closing in 20 minutes, just playing out as the first game story when she arrived at the store with it closing in 15 minutes. Triska keeps asking the protagonist questions which irritates her to the point of wanting to slap him. Both seemingly being the same age, Triska acts much younger than what he looks like, as if he's a hyperactive child. While at the store looking for milk, Triska rushes towards a man, asking him where
even though it says
they sell
24/7,
milk.
that's what I
The
said.
protagonist, not able to hear them, sees the man being visibly
Funny, I
agitated.
come back and it's the parts
Going
we
to
did.
them,
Yeah.
he observes Triska frozen in place, shaking and seeming as if he's hypnotized. The man, visibly angry, says if the boy is hers and that he wants her to take him away from him. As she takes Triska away, he explains that he got scared, then shaking rapidly and starting to scream uncontrollably. The protagonist tries to hold his mouth when Triska bursts into tears and starts crying. The protagonist tells him to act normal when he explains that she simply doesn't understand. The protagonist, clearly angry, tells him off that annoying people is not a good thing when Triska runs away, not wanting to hear any longer. After some time, she finds him at the cash register, with the cashier being angry, being extremely harsh, ordering the protagonist to pay extra for the additional waiting, and that Triska is stupid, insulting the boy, calling him a retard, with the line of the people behind him nodding in agreement. This shows the horrible reality, how these people are not understanding of Triska's clear condition, treating him so harshly. The protagonist, despite being annoyed at Triska, feels the gravity of the injustice.
Especially that Triska doesn't understand social cues and what they're doing now.
Throwing the extra money at the cashier and leaving with Triska. On the way back, they walk in absolute silence.
Maybe it's
until
got to
Triska
do with
breaks
their
it.
fear of. Maybe it's got to do with her fear of autistic people have with this, having issues in social cues.
Asking
Yeah.
if the protagonist likes ice cream, to which she responds no. Triska, realizing that the protagonist doesn't want to help, walks to the busy highway with determination, looking back at the protagonist, saying that now he understands that she doesn't want to help at all. Shocked to the stream, the protagonist jumps out of her sleep, bursting into tears uncontrollably. She then observes the hollow void expanding, seemingly trying to consume her. The void that she was terrified of in the previous game, a representation of loneliness and silence. The boy in her dream clearly represented the protagonist herself to how she is seen through the outside perspective. She is in fact hyperactive, with her mood shifting constantly, asking too many questions and struggling to communicate with people, making them lose their patience and become uncomfortable. She's terrified of people, and when her emotions overwhelm her, she screams and cries loudly, unable to control her actions. The stream made her understand how difficult it must be for her mother taking care of her, that even she herself couldn't cope with someone like herself. Understanding the perspective of her mother, who despite having recently lost her husband, still loves the protagonist and takes care of her. which
Yeah,
makes
that's
her
what I was
burst into
saying.
tears. Also understanding that she might live the rest of her life alone in the void that is slowly consuming her. Managing to find all of the fireflies and avoiding the balcony and the death by strangulation, the protagonist goes to bed having a
we didn't get
strange
this one.
dream while standing in front
Okay,
of
no,
the
we did.
mirror.
Never mind, I lied.
It's the same day repeating itself, the very first day of school,
Okay, he said avoiding the strangulation death, which means we did get this one.
with the protagonist looking at herself in the mirror, overanalyzing and not wanting to look stupid in front of the others at school. Trying to reassure herself and that there's nothing wrong with being different, she gradually gets worse and more peculiar at appearance, looking more and more different. That's when she has a final look at the mirror, being completely faceless when she mentions that she feels great. That's when she awakens yet again, bursting into tears with the void approaching her.
Missed
The
the last
third way
one.
could have multiple interpretations, but my own is that the protagonist subconsciously knows that she's different, trying hard to reassure herself that everything will be okay. It seems to be a representation of her bad memory.
Yeah,
going
you
to
missed
school
that
the
last
first
one.
day and the fear she had to overcome. She becomes only more and more different the more she tries to reassure herself, until she becomes absolutely faceless, as if her identity is taken away from her, which could be an allegory of taking the pills, trying to submerge all of her traits so that she can be accepted in society. It's only then that she regards the morning as excellent, burying herself and personality. That's when she wakes up crying, with the memories consuming her. Not being able to find all the fireflies and stopping the search, the protagonist awakens in a dream world, a cramped room with no furniture. The cold air from the other side of the room makes the protagonist shiver when the ceiling above her starts moving upwards, letting debris fall down. The other walls around her move outwards as well, making the small room bigger and bigger. She then notices an unrecognizable entity, which she starts following. That's when the ground beneath her feet collapses and she falls through it. She's then teleported to a field with tall stalks of grass at nighttime, with the moon shining brightly. In the field, she's slowly stalked by an entity that doesn't leave her sight despite her running relentlessly, when the dark entity quickly approaches her, which makes her jump out of bed. Similarly to the other endings, she gets up crying and seeing the void approaching. This ending is unlocked when the protagonist avoids both death sequences and only collects a few fireflies before going to bed. When she's in bed, the dream shows a bleak and terrifying vision, a long endless column with thin metallic stairway spiraling around it. Not sure if going up or down, being stuck in the middle of the way, an entity then appears, not having any semblance to humans. Many more columns then soon appear, with the non-human creature assisting the protagonist, showing how many more just like the protagonist are stuck this way. That's when the protagonist's legs start moving on their own, with her only in control of which direction she can move. Up, down, or into the bottomless abyss. The protagonist chooses to change directions going down when the entity mentions that she probably made a mistake or talked the wrong way. Nonetheless, she shouldn't change directions and should get used to her new life. It further explains, despite this world being unbearable and difficult, she should think that the world is as it is for her. And instead of thinking of changing it, she should accept it and appreciate being alive and using it to its fullest where it allows. As the entity tries to be more spiritual and motivational, the protagonist yet again jumps out of bed and starts crying. This dream can act as an allegory to her difficult life, alongside many others who share her condition, being limited to what they can choose. And despite making mistakes, she should accept this is the way she is and that she cannot change herself. And instead of living every day upset, thinking things could be different and she could be born different, she should instead appreciate the life she's given and use the most of it. Skipping both death sequences, finding all the fireflies and finding a secret note, this ending is
Secret
unlocked.
note?
The note seems to be a number to a pizzeria. As in the protagonist's dream, she calls the number and orders a pizza. The strange dream consists of a person taking her order while she talks about her personal life, preferring to be in a barren world where nothing bad nor good happens. Somewhere that is safe, somewhere that you won't get hurt. Walking all day, texting on the phone while the pizzeria is still taking her order, the protagonist then suddenly wakes up, yet again bursting into tears. The dream being self-explanatory to what it means, the void approaches her yet again, bringing the story to an end. Each ending and dream reveal different parts of the protagonist's thought process. She feels useless and alone, yet she wants to desperately accept who she is, but struggles to do so.
That is so
It
sad.
seems as if she's stuck in a limbo of her mind, not sure where her life is going. Despite all the different aspects of her dreams and thoughts being both motivational and cynical, the truth is that she's experiencing the expanding void, slowly taking over her, a buzzing silence and emptiness, not clear to what it would do when it finally reaches the protagonist. What a brilliant game. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did.
But there's no happy
It's been
ending.
your host.
Oh, we can't help her. There's no way to help her, though. That's upsetting. Yeah, shout out to Gamersalt. I'll link him in the description down below for the original video. That is so upsetting. Jeez. All right. Well, it's late, so well, it's not too late, but it's late enough. We're gonna holla at the homie No Need. He's over there mixing some chill beats, and I think we all need to calm down and relax a little bit. You know what I mean? So, tomorrow I will play something less. No, it's still gonna be dark. Less existentially dark. I have a Steam review that said something like I saw a Steam review that said something like I can't help her. Yeah, no, there's no way to help that poor girl. And that's what makes me upset the most. It's like you can't help her. What a really good game. It's on Steam. The first game was like 99 cents and the second one was like 10 or something like that. But yeah. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Again, you can check the description down below to check me out live on Twitch as well for the original video of this. If you want to watch it without us talking over it, and you can join the Discord to talk to me personally, as well as all my lovely people in the Discord, and let you know when I'm going live, so you don't have to rely on Twitch's dumbass services. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow with Class of '09, which I'm really excited for. Later.